The time for departure draws near. The atmosphere is full of nerves, worry and euphoria. The majestic ships Victoria, Trinidad, San Antonio, Concepcion and Santiago wait on the Guadalquivir River. Next to the vessels, their captains, led by Captain General Magallanes, are making their final preparations for the voyage. September 20th, 1519. We start a voyage into the unknown with 5 ships and 247 men. We hope we'll return, but we cannot be certain that this will be the case. We are now heading south to the Canary Islands and subsequently to the coasts of Africa. All on the halyards, hoist all the sails. Raise anchor. Turn the bow towards the wind. All on the halyards. Raise sheets. October 1519. We are sailing along the African coasts. Juan de Cartagena and a number of other captains distrust the Portuguese captain, and as the king had ordered, they demand that he show them the course or route we will be following. Magallanes refuses. Cartagena has been arrested. This creates great discontent. To starboard. Land ho! November 1519. As we move across the Atlantic, some crew members are restless and unhappy with Magallanes. November the 29th, 1519. We sight land at last. This will raise the crew's spirits. 2 months after our departure from Seville, we have reached the coasts of Brazil, Cape St. Augustine. We sail further south along the coastline. All in the lines. December 1519. Magallanes has ordered the execution of Anton Salamon, captain of the Victoria, for sodomy, despite the opinion of Cartagena and several other captains. The whispering against the Captain General intensifies in the following weeks. Many sailors cannot forget the execution, or that Magallanes is still refusing to state the course. Slacken the lead braces. February 1520. We have been exploring the River Plate for a month in vain. Magallanes believed we had found the strait at last, but we hadn't. This is an area of fresh water. We must go further south. Hold down the sail. Launch the dinghy. Drop anchor. March 1520. On Magallanes' orders, we'll be spending 5 long months wintering in St. Julian Bay. None of the other captains agree with this, and he still hasn't revealed our route. May 1520. The Santiago was wrecked trying to find the strait. Thank God nobody perished. But now there are more of us on each ship, and we have fewer provisions. I realize that discontent is rising among us. Summer of 1520. We staged a mutiny on the orders of Captains Juan de Cartagena, Gaspar de Quesada, and Luis de Mendoza. Magallanes sent Gonzalo Gómez de Espinosa to parley, and he employed a ruse to murder Mendoza. As this gave him control of 2 ships, he sowed doubt among the crews, and the mutiny came to nothing. They let most of us live, but they executed Quesada. They quartered him. At the end of August 1520, we abandoned Captain Cartagena. Banished. October 1520. We're going along what our Captain General calls the Cape of the 11,000 Virgins. On the south side we can see the bonfires lit by the natives. Magallanes calls this place the Land of Fires, Tierra de Fuegos. We have separated to seek out a route through this maze of channels and mountains. The San Antonio has not returned. Worried, we're looking for wrecks in the channels nearby. No sign of the ship. We have to go on. The Captain General leaves signals in the hope that the San Antonio will be able to follow us. Maybe Esteban Gomez, the captain, has finally decided to mutiny. At the end of November 1520, we reached the ocean, which Magallanes named the Pacific. Hard to port. All in the line. Grab that line and get a move on. Turn the bow towards the wind. January and February 1521. There seems to be no end to this sea. The few biscuits we had are nothing but dust and worms now. Sawdust and leather are part of the menu, and each rat has a huge price on its head, half a ducat. Scurvy swells up the sailors' gums before it kills them. We've already thrown too many bodies overboard. I don't know if we'll make it. March 1521. After sailing for almost 3 months, the ocean has claimed countless lives, and we sight the island of Guam. At last we can take on provisions and regain our strength and our enthusiasm. Drop anchor. April 1521. The King of Cebu and his people have been converted to Christianity, contrary to the royal order. Spurred on by this success, Magallanes wants to convert other local peoples too. We began a campaign against King Lapu-Lapu of Mactan, an enemy of the King of Cebu. But we lost the battle that ensured. Some of us managed to escape, but Captain Magallanes didn't. He was killed in combat. May 1521. The King of Cebu invited our new Captain General Duarte Barbosa and another 30 men to a banquet. They trusted him and walked straight into a fatal ambush. Those of us left on the ships fled. May 1521. So many people have died during the journey that there are no longer enough of us to man the 3 ships. There's only one thing that can be done: burn the Concepcion. With 2 ships manned by 107 crew, our new Captain General Juan López de Carvalho sails us to another set of islands instead of the Molucca Islands as originally planned. Summer of 1521. A group of us sent by Captain General Carvalho as ambassadors and led by Espinosa and Elcano visit King Siripada at his court in Brunei. We ride elephants and see marvelous items in gold, pearls, silk, porcelain, cannon. Meanwhile, behind our backs and without a thought for our safety, Captain Carvalho raids the Sultan's ships. He steals and rapes heartlessly. Amazingly, our heads remain on our shoulders. Somehow or other, the Sultan realizes we are not guilty of these atrocities, and he lets us go. End of September 1521. Espinosa and Elcano depose Carvalho and take control. Espinosa on the Trinidad becomes Captain General. Elcano takes over the Victoria. We sail for the Molucca Islands, resuming the original plan. November 1521. The Spice Islands, the true objective of our endeavours. We've discovered an alternative route to get here. We've filled the hold with cloves. The Trinidad starts to take in water as we're about to leave. It has to be repaired. December 1521. We're going home, but Elcanos decided that the Victoria will sail home westwards through Portuguese waters, contrary to the King's orders. This is not permitted, and it's dangerous. If the Portuguese catch us, they might kill us. That's why Elcano wants to head for the south of the Indian Ocean. No one sails down there, no one will find us. It seems to be the safest option, but it's an unknown route. These are uncharted waters. Espinosa and the Trinidad will carry on with the original plan and will try to return the way we came. Our ways separate.
Double reef on the foresail.
March 1522. We left Timor weeks ago. Nothing but sea in all four directions. Not a single sail. In the middle of nowhere, we find an island, but it's inaccessible and surrounded by cliffs. We have to go on without putting in there. May 1522. The months go by and provisions are running out. The sun scorches us and the storms are terrible. Now all we have left is rice and water. The spectre of scurvy appears again with its terrible eliminations. Some of the crew beg Elcano to sail to Mozambique, but he appeals to us passionately. Better be dead than fall into the hands of the Portuguese. May and June 1522. Still unable to put in anywhere, after going round the Cape of Good Hope, we are moving north in the Atlantic Ocean. We are fruitlessly seeking a safe port to find provisions without being discovered by the Portuguese. July 1522. We haven't put into port or stocked up on provisions for months now. We have no food or water. We continue northwards along the African coast. We're still in Portuguese waters. Half dead, we decide to put in at Cape Verde and trick the Portuguese. We told them that a storm dragged us here on our way from America. At first it worked, and they allow us to take on provisions. We loaded some rice, but they soon realized their mistake, and we have to flee, leaving 13 men on land. We don't know what will become of them. We continue our journey further out to sea, moving northwest. Hold on tight. Raise sheets. Land ho! September 1522. We had to sail as far as the Azores to find favorable winds, but we left them behind days ago. A shiver runs through my body, tears come to my eyes. We glimpse Cape St. Vincent. Will we really make it home? September 1522. 3 years after our departure, we arrive in Sanlúcar. The crew of 247 men has been reduced to only 18. Starving and tired, but alive. We also know that the San Antonio wasn't wrecked. Esteban Gomez led a mutiny and they arrived home some time later. We, the 18 survivors led by Captain Elcano, are the first human beings to sail around the world and prove that the Earth really is round.